All right, I'm going to show you guys how to put a pump system in a window well. This window well was filling up with water, and the water was getting in the basement. The homeowner's been dealing with just putting a small pump down there, and yeah, not so reliable, and during the big rains, not really getting the job done. So I'm going to show you exactly what we did. I'm going to tell you what we used. All right, so I'm in the window well. We got the power right here, up nice and high. We got a heater, and we have a pump. The guys installed our micro bad seed. Then we went ahead and we put an extra chamber. But instead of attaching this chamber directly to this unit, there's not room for that. We just put the chamber alongside it. It's going to act the same. You have inlets. The water is going to fill both of these chambers. They're going to be filled to the same height, always. We're going to cover these with stone. There's also a bunch of holes drilled in this extra chamber. We want the pump to not short cycle. We want it to be able to run, move quite a bit of water, and then shut off and get a nice break. We don't want it to wear out. Plus, I don't want a check valve in this line. I don't want a check valve anywhere because in Michigan here, if you have a check valve in this line, it's going to hold water, and then it's going to freeze. Now it's ice. Now when you need the system during a thaw, it's not going to be ready. It's not going to be ready for you. So we went ahead. We have our adjustable. I really like these, by the way. We sell these in the store. It's super easy to loosen these screw clamps, swing this adjustment to get that perfect arc and get that sump line ran wherever it is that you're running it to. But this is how you do a window well. All right, we're on the other side of the house. I'll give you the bird's eye view. We got our power source, got our plugs here for the heater and the pump. Went ahead, dug this out. You can see it's already filling up with water. We have our micro bad seed sump pump system with a 1/3 horse M53 Zoller sump pump. Then we've got some added chamber length right here. See, the guys got that plumbed. They're going to start digging this out. I'll show you how they handle the discharge. Stay tuned. All right, so I'm down in the window well, the second window well. See, the guys did a really good job. Dug everything out. You can see it's already starting to fill up with water. This here, it was intended that the water would come up and then go in. That failed them. They were getting water inside the basement. However high the water is in one chamber, that's how high the water is going to be in the other. When the pump turns on, it's going to suck the water from the one chamber. It's going to pull the water from the far chamber into the chamber where the sump pump is sitting. No issues. It's going to prevent short cycling, meaning when it goes on, it's going to pump more water. Also, because we're not using a check valve, this is not a check valve. Let's go over all the details to doing a professional installation of the discharge on a backyard outdoor sump pump system. We're going to take an 1.5-inch discharge. We're going to tie that to a 4-inch corrugated pipe. You have to make sure that you have a really good connection from the 1.5-inch discharge to the 4-inch pipe. We do have some really cool connectors. Makes it super easy for the DIY. We have these in our online store. It couldn't be easier. You want to use the tile tape so that it's watertight. The water then gets carried by the 4-inch corrugated pipe to wherever the discharge location may be. In this case, it's a storm drain. We're going to show you the full installation. You have to make sure that this line has some fall. You want to have some slope. Now, we're going to use this trench for downspouts too. When you're doing a window well job like we're doing, you're going to have downspouts on the corner of the house. You want to pick those up, make use of that trench. So we have our discharge line at the bottom, and we have our downspout line on top of it. Here you can see the bird's eye view. Go ahead and we lift that water out. You can see the guys did a really nice job already backfilling that line. We're putting an inline catch basin on the downspout line. You always want to put some fabric under that and some pea stone around it. The guys went ahead and put some risers on that to get it to the right height. All right, let's show you how to vent the discharge line. It's extremely important to put a vent in on the discharge line. You're going to want to make sure that you buy a few extra risers when you buy this in our online store. This is a vent that you just put in line. You want to make sure that this is not pushed down too low. You want to keep it at the same level of the discharge. So don't force it down. If you're stuck in between riser sizes, leave the lid to the vent low then, because you don't want to push this down. You'll end up holding water there if you create a little dip. Extremely important what I'm trying to stress here. You can see how Francisco is gluing on all these risers so that he can get that vent clean out at the right height. This is fantastic. You want to vent that 4-inch corrugated line for many reasons. One, it gives you access. Two, if the storm drain ever backs up, when it's pumping the water out, it can come out the vent. So we're at the storm drain. You can see that we cored the storm drain. We went ahead and tapped it. That's what we refer to as a core and tap of the storm drain. We have our forever coupler on there. So we just snap our royal blue, the high octane solid armor pipe. We have a beautiful system here. We have the vent. We have the inline catch basin for the downspout line. We come down here and we are going to let it go at a pop-up for the roof runoff, and we're isolating the discharge line from the roof runoff. I don't want shingle gravel in my discharge line. I'm not going to use the same line for both. Roof runoff systems with houses that have shingled roofs, they're filthy. So you want to isolate them from everything, whether it's a French drain, whether it's your discharge line. Don't let it contaminate your other systems. So we're putting in another vent right here. And go ahead and seal it watertight. Use our super sticky, super stretchy tape for that. Go ahead and take your risers, glue them on, get it to the right elevation, and then put the turf restrictor plate so the grass don't grow over your vent. Make sure to always use a turf restrictor plate when you're building your yard drain systems. Everything you see here is sold in our online store. Always remember to build your pop-up emitter like a soak away, and that just means put fabric under it and stone around it so that whatever water's left in that pop-up emitter after a rain event, it can just leach and just soak away into the subsoil. Now look at this job. Look at this finished product. Please, at this time, give this crew a thumbs up. This work is just remarkable. This is incredible that this was just all done in a day. The guys did a beautiful job with this outdoor sump pump system and roof runoff system combination. Look at the detail. I'm going to do an overview and then I'm going to do an in closing. All right, so we're going to fill this with stone. We got plenty of chamber. We got our micro bad seed in here. See the inlet? We got another chamber parallel to it. Inlet. Water's going to fill this. At the same time it fills this, it'll be at the same height. Sump pump will turn on. It'll pump them both down. The water's going to move back and forth. No problems. Then we're going to have stone all in here. That's going to have void. That's going to hold more water. You can see the water's already coming up. Again, this is our micro bad seed. It's a 1/3 horsepower. It's the M53 Zoller sump pump. We have them built with a 25-foot cord. Let me know what videos you need me to make to help you with your outdoor sump pump system. And any questions that you have that I can answer, please leave them in the comment section. All right, everybody, until that next video.